Welcome back. It's exactly 9:36 a.m. News and views moving along, and we now have Herman Mashaba online talking to us about, I guess, all the controversy he's caused by his latest move. A very good morning to you, Herman. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, and always a pleasure talking to you and your listeners. And please, I'm not really causing any controversy. We had to do this to protect our country. If you look at what's really happening in the city of Johannesburg, it's unfortunate. And if Johannesburg fails, South Africa is going to fail. And we are going to give parties like the DA an opportunity to say to you, to all of us, to say, we told you you can't govern. And I said to myself, obviously, after listening to our structures, that, you know what, we can still actually play a role to save the city of Johannesburg. It is for that reason that I'm happy to discuss with you the reasons behind our decision.
Okay, so Herman, we're hearing that Action South Africa and the ANC are in discussions to stabilize the 3 metropolitan areas in Gauteng. When did this dawn on you that things are not going to work out? We've also heard, and I've had discussions with someone else earlier on, with Julius Kleinhans from Outer, regarding the removal of Mayor Kabele Gwamanda. He obviously is from Al Jama. They had a previous candidate in that position as well, and that was Tapelo. What is this all saying to us? And the fact that over the past while, we've had so very many mayors. They come in, they serve a short stint. There's no continuity. They leave the area in a shambles. Looks like they don't even know where to start. Or maybe they're coming into a seat which has historical problems, that they are lost and they don't even know where to start.
Well, it's precisely the reason behind our decision, because we are not going to allow a situation where ANC and their coalition partners, including the DA, to render the city of Johannesburg to collapse. To just really give you an example, I'm sure you are aware the city of Johannesburg at the moment, it's on paralysis. The mayor and his through council came out with this 200 rands city power surcharge, punishing paying residents, law-abiding citizens. In the meantime, revenue streams in the city of Johannesburg, we've got a lot of illegal connections, people who can afford to pay, who are not paying. And those are the measures that needs to really be taken into consideration before punishing the law-abiding citizens who are at the moment under a lot of pressure. 200 rands a month plus VAT. It's a lot of money for majority of our residents of the city of Johannesburg. So we said as ActionSA, where the ANC's coalition partners with the DA refusing to take over this municipality, we said no. As ActionSA, being the biggest party in the city of Johannesburg with 44 councillors, we said, you know what, let's put our personal views and motives behind this. Let us actually work in the interest of our residents. And fortunately enough, in the process of this deliberation within our own party structures, that's when ANC made an advance to us, wanting to talk to us. And I invited the Premier and his delegation from the province to my house to say, guys, please, yes, you want to talk, but let me tell you what we've got in mind. And this is coming from our structures. We are happy as ActionSA. We don't want to really govern with you. You take over the executive, the mayor, and all the executive powers. Us as ActionSA, we just want to really hold you officially accountable. We take over the legislature, starting with the Speaker of Council. But also, you've got to remove this incompetent mayor. We cannot have someone who is a caretaker mayor on behalf of you guys. We request you guys, we are not the ones to determine who the mayor should be. You decide yourself, but please give us a competent person to ensure that they can, with him and his executive, can turn the city around. you can be rest assured of our support. Also, we want you to withdraw this 200 rands levy from City Power, where you are now punishing law-abiding citizens of the city of Johannesburg. And that's a proposal we gave to them, and we will follow the same model in the city of Ekurhuleni. But we agreed that let's first do a smooth transition in the city of Johannesburg, and then in 2 weeks' time or so, we will then visit Ekurhuleni to go and stabilize it. I'm sure you're aware also that there are serious issues. And in the city of Tshwane, as you are aware, 18 months or so ago, ActionSA was supposed to have the speaker, and DA deliberately sabotaged that process by rendering their vote not acceptable by IEC. We ended up with a one-party councillor as a speaker. So ANC has obviously given the commitment that they will remove that speaker, so that ActionSA can also serve as an effective member of, because in Tshwane we're not only in the legislature. We are also in the executive, but the position should have been ours. Why DA deliberately sabotaged, rendering their votes admissible by the IEC? We find it really quite disturbing. But fortunate enough, ANC will come to the party to assist us in ensuring that we get that speaker's position in the city of Tshwane.
Okay, you have said, and it's on record, that you would never get into bed with the ANC. Things have turned around quite drastically. We need to understand. Do you feel that that's mud on your face? Because you would never thought about, working with the ANC. Regarding the 200 Rand surcharge, was that not introduced during your tenure? Please correct me. Whilst you were in office, there was talks of this prepaid electricity surcharge, and it was under your watch that it was actually tabled, I think.
But okay, if it was tabled under my watch, it should have obviously been a policy of the city. Why then do they bring it back? If that is the case, that any one normal person would accept that. I remember vividly what happened. You remember when I took over as the city of Johannesburg, at the time, majority of the officials were ANC deployees, and brought this matter behind our knowledge. But as soon as it came to council, us as administration at the time, we reversed it. It is for that reason that they want to bring it back. We reversed it as soon as it came to my knowledge, because this matter should not have served in council. And we are personally made sure that it is reversed. So if anyone says it was brought under my administration, then why bring it again? Because if it's already a bylaw of the city of Johannesburg, there was no need to really bring it back.
Okay, and you're quite happy to engage with the ANC, because according to what you've just said, your opening remarks was that you believe you're doing this in the best interest of the people of South Africa, particularly the city of Johannesburg and Gauteng as a whole.
I can tell you, please ask the voters to give us outright majority if anyone wants to govern on our own. Right now, unfortunately, people of Johannesburg, people of South Africa have spoken. And if we respect the electoral outcome, where the voters are actually forcing us to work together. And in this particular case, not happy to work with the ANC, but what options do I have to hold to my own personal view at the expense of my country, at the expense of my city, at the expense of the residents of the city of Johannesburg, when all the other parties, including the DA, they want the city of Johannesburg to collapse. And as ActionSA, with our numbers being the third biggest political party, we said, you know what? Our views or not, let us protect the city. We are forced by the electorate to ensure that we play that role to protect the city. You can imagine if ActionSA stands back, so we sit back and not do anything. ANC will not be able to pass this loan that they need to really be able to begin the process of providing services to the residents of the city of Johannesburg. This loan is part of the budget, but now other parties and the DA, they're using this as a bargaining power to get seats. And we said, no, we are not going to allow this. So, and for us as ActionSA, we said we are not going to be complicit, regardless of whether we said we were not going to work with the ANC, but we are not going to allow other parties to manipulate the ANC to give them positions. In the meantime, the city is collapsing.
Let's look at the appointment of the mayor in replacement of Kwamanda. We're hearing that maybe Dada Morewa might be appointed as the mayor. He served for a very short while as the ANC mayor, I think about 23 or 25 days. How do you feel about that? Do you believe that there should be, and there might well be, a much stronger contender for that very crucial position in Johannesburg and to turn our city around?
That decision, unfortunately, does not lie with us, and we don't want to really take that responsibility. The only responsibility we want to take, and we've shared this with the Premier as the chairperson of the province, to say, please, we don't want the current mayor. The mayor is incapable of running the city. Who you put in charge, it is none of our business. The only thing we're asking you to please give us a competent person, give us an ethical leader who can actually lead the city to make sure that we can turn it around.
Okay, in closing then, in all honesty, there was no horse trading behind closed doors regarding you having talks with the ANC going forward, and how you're going to hold them accountable if they don't have the right candidate in the mayoral position.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by horse trading. What I've shared with you, it's in the public domain. I'm sharing it with you in an open platform, and you're most welcome to share it with every resident. What I've said to you is what we've negotiated with the ANC. I'm not the kind of person that would openly come out and lie to anyone, whether you're a politician, whether you're a public or you're an individual. I'll never lie to you. You will never find Herman Mashaba to having lied to anyone. That is not really my nature. What we've negotiated with the ANC is exactly what I'm just really articulated to you. There isn't any other agenda outside what I've discussed. So in terms of holding the ANC accountable, you can imagine when ActionSA next week we have the speaker's position and some of the Section 79 committees, we are going to hold the ANC accountable. And we made it clear to the ANC, we don't want to sign any agreement because political parties in this country have demonstrated to us that signing an agreement with them is not worth the paper it's written on. Take our word. What we are saying to you, we are going to hold you accountable. We are going to vote with you on an issue-by-issue basis. In the event you do anything untoward, we will hold you accountable. However, we also want you to hold us accountable on the same standard, because one thing that as ActionSA, we cannot give anyone the guarantee that ActionSA members are not going to get involved in unethical behavior. That's something that nobody in the world can ever guarantee. However, what as ActionSA we can guarantee you is the fact that in the event any ActionSA member, public member, act in an unethical manner, judge us on the action that we take. And we've proven that in the past, and we will do it going forward.
And that's where we leave it. Herman, wonderful talking with you. We're going to be watching ActionSA and Herman Mashaba very closely from here on, and we're going to hope that you are going to deliver as promised. Thank you for your time. Good luck going forward, and we look forward to the city being pulled back from the brink of disaster, as you've promised. As you've promised.
We will do our best in a transparent, in an accountable manner. We will not hide anything from the public, whether it's popular or not. like the question of us reversing my personal decision not working with the ANC, when our structures spoke to me and spoke to us as Senate to say it does not really serve us. Please put our personal views behind us. Let us really serve the residents of Johannesburg, because and Ekurhuleni and so on, because if we don't do this, us as ActionSA must then take responsibility for being complicit. Why let other parties blackmail the ANC for position at the expense of the residents? Please assist. Let's come to the defense, not of the ANC, of the city of Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni and so on, in the Gauteng province.
Herman Mashaba, leader of Action SA. Thank you indeed for your time. Good luck. All the very best, not only for you, but for all of us here in South Africa. God bless. Take care. It is exactly 9:52 a.m. News and Views on Salam Media. We're going to cross over to the UK, and we're going to now talk with Dr. Yvonne Ridley.